Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about your heart chakra. Okay. Tonight it is the Aries Full Moon. Okay. I don't know if you guys are manifesting or doing your full moon rituals. Just want to tap in so you can get into connection with your heart space during this time, and so you can get more in tune with your rituals and what you're doing and how you're manifesting during this moon cycle. Okay, so let's talk about the heart chakra. Now, I have been putting off this video for a long time, and I don't know why. I don't know why I've been putting it off. I don't know why I've been procrastinating, but there's something about this video that has me, I guess, anxious. I guess you could say so. I'm kind of anxious about it because it is very important. And that's why I want to make sure that I put in the importance of this video. So I want to touch, I guess I could touch a little bit of everything. I'm going to try to, okay, about the heart chakra and healing your heart, okay? Because even during this time, during this full moon, like you might be doing rituals or you might be manifesting and stuff like that, people don't even talk about how your heart space is a important tool for you to manifest abundance in your life. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about a little bit of everything. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so your heart chakra, your heart. Well, we all know what your heart is. Okay, your heart is the muscle. Your heart is the muscle that pumps the blood throughout your body. Okay, your heart is a very vital mechanism that you need to live within this physical realm, right? It's what you need within this physical life, okay? It's what you need to keep your life source going, okay? But when it comes to your heart chakra, we have several. But when it comes to your heart chakra, which is your heart sensor, has other abilities other than just pumping the blood throughout your body, okay? And I want to talk about that. So, your heart chakra is a magnet, okay? It is a magnet of energy. When you're experiencing life, when you're in this world and you're experiencing people and environments and things like that, you are a walking battery. Pretty much point blank, you're a walking battery. And with you being this walking battery, you are magnetized by certain things, and certain things are magnetized by you. Okay? A lot of times the magnetism and the energy frequency that you're transferring to person or to environment or to group is it comes through your heart chakra. Okay, and I wanted to touch on that. Okay, it comes through your heart chakra, and you have to understand if your heart is a energy source of your emotions. Okay, just put it like that. Your heart is your energy source of emotions. And being by you being the battery, you will radiate wherever you are. Okay? You will radiate, you will glow, you will be in energy or frequency or whatever emotion that you're in through your heart space, through your heart chakra. Okay? So when we talk about magnetism, if you have a heart that's filled with love, if you have a heart that's filled with peace, if you have a heart that's filled with a certain type of energy, where you go, you're going to stand out, right? You're going to stand out. You're going to be magnetic, and people will be drawn to you, whether they're going to come to you and do you right or do you wrong. There's going to be a strong magnetism of energy to you, okay? And let's just say you're a person who have a blocked heart chakra. Your blocked heart chakra is not letting any love in, and if it's blocked, then that means there is a emotion of that you have to protect within that, right? So you have to protect yourself from being vulnerable. You have to protect yourself from letting people hurt you. You have to protect yourself from disappointment, so you will close off your heart chakra. And when you close off your heart chakra, you will be standoffish, like people will literally see you and be like, oh, they don't know what that disconnect is, but that's that disconnect that you have within you without you even knowing. Because when you close off your heart chakra, you tell yourself you're doing this for protection, right? You're doing this for protection because so many people hurt you. So many people put you in certain positions, and you have to protect yourself. But the key to protecting your heart is discernment. So you can have a healed heart chakra. You can have a healed heart space. You just have to use your discernment. You need to use your discernment. Okay. So let's talk about how you would feel or how you would be when you have an open heart chakra. Okay. So when you have an open heart chakra, that energy of love and that energy of healing, excuse me, that healing energy is going to radiate throughout you, right? It's like whoever encounters you is going to get that frequency. Whoever encounters you is going to get that in return, right? And by you having a healed heart chakra, sometimes some people can just heal their heart chakra easily. Like it's easy for them to be in a space where they can let their heart chakra be open like that. But some people have to put in work for that because it's a lot to do. You have to literally purge. Like literally, you have to purge. Like you have to purge what you feel that is blocking your heart chakra. And what blocks your heart chakra is, like I said before, fear, anger, pain, sadness, disappointment, um, depression, um, things that's on the lowest frequency of emotions, right? That blocks your heart chakra. And if you are residing in those emotions, your heart chakra can't get healed in those places. Like it can't be healed in those spaces. Those spaces won't be able to see and be and just even feel the whole energy frequency of what your heart chakra can do when you are in a healed space. Okay, because when you are in a healed space, your heart chakra is open enough for you to receive. And that's a big thing, for you to receive when your heart chakra is open, because you're going to open your hands, right? You're going to open your hands. Someone has the ability to place something in your hands, okay? But when you close your fist, who's putting what in your fist? And a lot of times people will walk around with closed fists. Just say this is the heart. People will walk around with closed fists and want people to literally fight them to open up their fist. It doesn't work like that, right? You have to be in a receiving mode, right? You got to be in a receiving mode. You have to be in receiving energy to receive that, okay? So once your heart chakra is open, you will be receiving. It's just up to you to use your discernment on what you will accept, okay? Because like I said, when you have an open heart chakra, it's going to, your floodgates of attention and your floodgates of people interactions is going to be magnified, because you are radiating. You are that battery. You are that sensor. You are that source of love frequency, okay? So even if they don't know what frequency they're in, or they don't know what frequency you are magnetizing in that area. You're magnetizing in that energy. So it's up to you to use discernment, okay? Because without discernment, you put up that wall, okay? You will put up that wall and you will block yourself from being hurt and also receiving your manifestations, okay? So let's talk about how your heart chakra helps you manifest, okay? Your heart chakra helps you manifest because once you understand that God measures you, your God will measure you from your heart, right? God will measure you from what's in your heart. God will measure you from what you hold inside of your heart. So if you are in a space where your heart needs healing and your heart chakra needs healing, that means like you're in a space when you're holding on to animosity, like you're holding on to anger, and you're holding on to jealousy, and you're holding on to hatred. The things that God wants to gift you, or the things that you could have possibly earned in your life, is going to have a difficult time residing where you are, because your abundance and your gifts can't reside in the energy of jealousy. They can't reside and grow and feel good to you in an energy of animosity. Like, it doesn't, you can't put those two together. And a lot of times people will literally feel like, well, I'll never get nothing, never nothing comes to me, and all this other things, right? But they haven't checked the center, they haven't checked their heart space, they haven't checked their battery source. Okay, you literally have to check your battery source to make sure none of that shit is in it. Okay, because even when you're in this human experience, we are spirits, we all have souls, but when you're in this physical experience, you tend to forget the health of your spirit, right? You tend to forget the health of your soul, because we are so focused on this physical experience. We're so focused on gratification. We're so focused on our ego. Our ego wants us to get what we want fast. I don't want to wait. I want that shit now. Okay? And a lot of times when you do be your ego, you want things like that, like you will tarnish your soul going through the fast lane in this physical realm, right? Like your spirit and your soul, like, wait a minute, hold up, slow down. Can we go in a slow lane? Because you going too fast, you gonna miss something. I know you're gonna have an accident, like you going too fast, but our ego is telling us no, but we need to get there as fast as possible, right? So when you are in this human experience with our human body and flesh and things like that, like you're going to want to take that route. Like you're gonna want to take that fast route. You want to take that easy route, right? You want to take the route where it is more beneficial and is more beneficial to your physical makeup. When it comes to your soul and spirit, you just kind of letting your soul and spirit set out to dry. Like, your soul and spirit has to fend for itself, because the only thing that you're paying attention to is your physical makeup and the needs, right? So when when you're leading with your ego, like, okay, I say when you're leading with your ego, because all of us have an ego, because we all think we're important, we all think we're beautiful and things like that. But you know what I mean. When you let your ego like override like your decisions and your how you are in relationships and how you are in family makeups, then your soul and your spirit suffers. So if your soul and your spirit suffers, okay, your heart is going to radiate that. Your heart is going to magnetize that. That's why you have to have a clear heart. That's the reason why God measures you from your heart, okay? Because the moment that you allow the things that tarnish your soul and your spirit, and you allow it to be magnetized and attached to your heart space, okay? Now your heart space is in the space where there is a blockage, okay? It's a blockage. Nothing can get through there, okay? Nothing can get through that space. So let's just say you're in a space where you need healing for whatever reason why you need healing, right? You will then, the emotions that you feel will then close off your heart chakra. And when it closes off your heart chakra, the things that you want in your life that you're ready to manifest, it won't get into your heart space, because your heart space is blocked, right? You won't get into your heart space. Your heart space is blocked. So what it's going to do is it's going to bounce off this wall. This is the wall, okay? It's going to bounce off this wall. And so since you're in a certain paradigm, and since you're looking from a certain since you're looking from a certain dimension, you're going to tell yourself, because you're looking in this 3D realm, you're going to tell yourself, oh, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. But your highest sense of yourself, when you look in the 5D sense and the cosmic sense and the higher frequency of yourself, is telling you you have a blockage there. You just can't see it. You have to release that. Excuse me. You have to release it. You have to digest it. You have to let that go. But if you're not in a space to let that go, you will never receive the things that you want out of life. And even in love, like, even in love, even in relationships, you have no idea how many people get into relationships, how many people become parents, how many people get into marriages and marry people with a blocked heart chakra. That won't end well for anyone that is a participant or a volunteer, or a reciprocant in that particular situation. It won't be fun for anybody, okay? Because the person who has the black heart doesn't understand why they can't receive love the way that they feel like they need to receive love, okay? That blockage is keeping them in an energy source of, because your heart is your magnet, okay? Your heart is the magnet. Your heart is your energy source. So if your energy source is filled with anger, if your energy source is filled with animosity and jealousy and hatred and misunderstandings and depression and confusion and whatever this is, and fear, right? This is around you. No matter who you are, just like a cycle. It's just like a cyclone. It's just circling around you, because it is magnetizing this energy off the emotion that you were in. So since it is magnetizing this energy off the emotion that you were in, you may not understand how it works, but when it is going in this, this whirlwind of emotions, the people that's next to you have to fight that cyclone, okay? Without you knowing it's a cyclone. People around you have to fight that cyclone. And then you looking at these people, because the cyclone is invisible to you. And you looking at these people like, why you don't love me? Why you can't do this, that for me? Why this and why that? Like, why I can't receive love? Or why nobody doing this? And the people that's fighting the cyclone is looking at you like, I've been trying to fight your cyclone for 2 years. You can't feel that. You can't feel the love I have for you. You caught up in the cyclone. It's just your energy that you're radiating in your heart. If it isn't clear, if it isn't love, if it isn't abundance, if it isn't gratefulness, if it isn't compassion, if it isn't grace, you will not be able to receive the love that you think you want to receive in that space. Not saying no one is giving it to you, not saying that you aren't receiving it, but as long as you stay in that frequency, it is foreign to you. Remember, your heart is the magnet. Your heart is the magnet, okay? It is foreign to you. So being that it's foreign to you, people are just going to be like, you know what? I'm tired of finding cyclone. I'm done. And then the people that came in there with the broken heart or the unhealed heart chakra is going to look at them like, oh yeah, I knew you never loved me. Look. People be hanging off the rails, hanging off the car, hanging off the gate, trying to love people, okay? But if you're in that energy, you won't be able to receive it. You won't be able to accept it, no matter how good it is. Like, no matter how abundant it is. Like, no matter how much you tell yourself you want it. It can't pierce through there. It can't pierce through it. So that's why you have to be in the energy. You have to be in the place where sometimes you just gotta let some shit go. Like, even if it's not working out for you, even if this is something that you knew that you wanted, And if it is not on the same energy field, if it's not on the same energy magnet, you have to let that go in peace. You have to let it go in love, okay? Because if you hold on to those frequencies, if you hold on to those energies, if you hold on to the disappointment, if you hold on to the pain, your heart chakra is going to be unhealed. Your gifts can't be there. Your abundance can't be there. That new job can't be there. Like, the place that you want to live is not going to grow there. Like, that family that you want will not be happy there. Okay, you have to be clear on what that is and what that look like and how that resonates in your life. Because if you are in a cycle of healing, if you are in a cycle of healing, then you're not aware of how your cyclone is affecting those around you. You're going to do more damage to them than you're going to do to yourself. You're going to do more damage to them than you're going to do to yourself. Okay? You have to understand. So, when it comes to your heart chakra, even when you are in the energy of having a healed heart chakra, right? Your healed heart chakra gives you a gift of intuition. Yay, let's talk about that. Okay? Because I don't want to go around in circles with it. I'm not even, I guess I'm halfway finished, but I can still go. Okay? Your heart chakra gives you the gift of intuition. And why? Why when you have an open heart chakra, you have intuition, like you have an intuitive energy field. Okay, let me tell you why. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so you will have to give intuition with a whole open heart chakra and a healed heart chakra because, okay, when you have an open heart chakra, all right, you have your discernment. Your discernment is your quote unquote boundaries. Okay, you know what's good, you know what's not. You're not here to fight anyone on what's good for you and what ain't good for you. You just know it is what it is in this space. And I'm okay for being without it, or I am going to gravitate towards it. Whatever this is how you use your discernment, right? Okay, so once you have an open heart chakra and a healed heart chakra, your intuition starts to grow because your heart space, your battery source is clear. Okay? It is clear from those lower set of emotions. So by you being clear by those lower set of emotions, the times that you could have possibly felt sad or depressed or unworthy or fearful, your intuition is blocked because you don't have anything to bounce off of what you're receiving in real time in your reality. Okay? Okay. So for me, just take myself for the example, okay? I want to call myself psychic, but I'm very intuitive, okay? So how my intuition works, this is about as easy as I can. It's about as easy as I can make it, okay? How my intuition works. My intuition works when I step foot in a room, right? When I step foot in the room, when I'm encountering someone, I know my center, right? I know my center. I know where my levels are at. I know where my emotion level is. I know, my heart is clear. I'm not coming in with the agenda. Okay, when I say agenda, I'm not coming in because when you hold on to agendas, when you going into like an atmosphere, because you have to know what you're going to do, where you're going to do what, right? But some people hold on to those agendas so much that they can't read the energy of the room. Like, because you're too focused on what you want the outcome to be. You're too focused on what you're trying to do in the situation. You're too focused on how you see it moving. And by you being focused on that, that's the only thing that you're going to be paying attention to. You're not going to be paying attention to the people that's moving in this area. You're not going to be paying attention to the people that's around you. You're not going to be paying attention to how they move. You're not going to be paying attention to how they talk. You're not going to be paying attention to what's going on, because your main focus is your agenda. Your agenda has your attention. Okay? So you have to learn how to use your intuition and use your what you want to do in your agenda in order for you to move sufficiently. Okay, so when you have when your intuition grows because your heart chakra is open, that's because whatever you're receiving, your heart chakra is open. You clear, right? When I say you clear, you don't have no hatred in there. You don't have no hatred. You don't have no what else? Like, you don't have no jealousy. Like, you're clear. Being that you're clear in your heart space, you can go in certain areas, you can go around certain people, you can go in certain events, and whatever you're receiving from these events, whatever you're receiving, whatever energy you're receiving from people, it's going to bounce off you, and you're going to be able to digest that through your heart space, because your heart is clear. So your heart is the center, your heart is the battery, so you already know where you at. Once you feel something, you're going to understand, oh, wait a minute, this is not me. Oh, this is something going on in here. Like, oh, okay, well, this is them. Oh, this is this people. Oh, this type of party. Oh, okay, well, I think I need to escort myself out. Okay, because you know what's in your heart. Okay, when you have a blocked heart, you can't do that. It is impossible to do that. That's why you see so many people. That's just like, you see so many people and they get caught up. Like, what I mean caught up is like their only focus is this one thing. Like, that's it. Like, they don't care. They gonna rob this bank. they gonna commit this crime. They just gonna do all these things because that's their main focus. They're not noticing the people that's around them. They don't notice the police car on the corner. Like, they don't notice nothing. They just so, oh, I got to get it, I got to have it, because their agendas in their heart. Okay, once you have a clear heart, once you have a clear heart and your frequency is unclear. Oh, excuse me, y'all, something in my eye. Once you have a clear heart and your frequency is clear, your energy is clear, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm good, right? You're gonna use your discernment and use that intuition that you're feeling in order for you to decipher things, because you got an open heart. Okay, so what happens when when you start opening your heart? Okay, when you start opening your heart, especially if you're in a space where that is unfamiliar to you, or that is when you start opening your heart, there are physical ailments that you will begin to feel when you open your heart, right? Because you are the battery. Your heart is the battery. Your heart is the source. Your heart is the energy source. So by your heart being the energy source, there are things that has been in that space that you have blocked off, right? So when you in the process of opening up that space, it's going to be like a release. It's going to be like a purge. It's going to be like a dam that breaks. Like, it's going to be like a mother water, a woman, a pregnant woman water breaking. Like, it's going to be so much pressure from the emotions that you have hidden. Sometimes those emotions are rageful. Hey, you've been holding on to this anger for so long. Sometimes those emotions are rageful. Sometimes those emotions are very make you very emotional. You want to cry, right? Because once you block off your heart chakra, it's not that you're not a crier, or it's not. And people have to understand, people who cry get a bad rep. And I wanted to just put this as a disclaimer, but understand, God gave you the utility to cry during stressful situations. Okay, that's the reason why you cry. I can't, I don't understand why people make fun of people who cry, or people who make fun of people who are criers or in their emotions to that point, because if that wasn't a human mechanism, humans wouldn't be able to do that shit. It is scientific facts that state that if you are in an emotional state, if you're angry, if you're sad, if you're depressed, even if you're happy, whatever this is, you crying gives you certain hormones and certain dopamines and certain energy, boosts of energy that you feel within your body, within your brain, for you to feel better. Okay, God did that. So you laughing at God is something that God gave us to do to cope with the shit that we have to encounter in this motherfucking earth. Is crazy. It is bananas. It's crazy because it is necessary. There are your tears have, I believe, three main sources, but I think they broke it down to like five and six, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so, but I know for sure that when you cry during the emotional state, you crying is releasing good hormones in your body so you can feel better. Okay, so when you block off your heart chakra, it's like I said before, it's not like that you're a crier, but you have held on to those emotions so tightly. Like you don't have, and there's no room to express, or no energy space to express those emotions that you could have possibly cried through or cried for in those spaces. So when you begin to open up your heart space, when you begin to open up your heart chakra, you're going to release those emotions that have been hitting, because you done unblocked your heart space. Okay, you done unlocked the door, you done unlocked the lock of your heart. So by you unlocking the lock of your heart, the emotions that you have could have possibly felt that you put in the back of the motherfucking door is up front, and now you feel like you want to cry. Now you want to cry. Yeah, you want to cry because you are opening up your heart space. You are letting out those emotions. Those emotions are finally being brought to light. Those emotions are finally being brought to the surface. And while those emotions are being brought to the surface, you're going to experience physical ailments. Okay? Let's just say you're a person and you're clearing out your heart space, or you're clearing out or you're healing your heart chakra, and you are releasing things, right? There's going to be times where you gonna feel butterflies in your heart, right? It's gonna be like butterflies, or like a surge of like energy, or like an electric shock, or like butterflies, or it's just gonna be this feeling, like this fuzzy feeling that you get, because your heart is open, but now you're experiencing something that feels good. It feels good and you can accept it. That's another thing with your heart chakra. If you have a closed heart chakra, your heart chakra is blocked by past trauma, past pain, the shit that hurt you in the past, people who did. You will not be able to enjoy yourself. What enjoyment? You can pretend like you enjoy yourself, but you won't be able to enjoy yourself, because like I said before, that those emotions of the cycle, that cyclone is going to be still around you. So you can pretend like you having fun, but if you haven't got out that cyclone of anger, and you haven't gotten out that cyclone of jealousy, and you haven't got out that cyclone of hate, how much are you enjoying yourself? Who are you fooling? because you ain't fooling me. I know. You ain't fooling me. I know. Okay, you can't experience the full extent of enjoyment, the full extent of pleasure, the full extent of love with a closed heart chakra, with a blocked heart. You will never be able to experience that. So when you are in a process of letting go, when you're in a process of being vulnerable, when you are in a process of being in that space and in that setting, you are going to experience a surge of happy emotions that you haven't experienced before, and it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. You want to know why it's going to make you feel uncomfortable? Because you might experience these things and you might just bust out laughing. Or you might experience these things and they make you feel so good that you want to cry. Tears of joy. Like, you may experience these things and you just want to just smile from ear to ear. Unknowingly. Just being within yourself. And people looking at you like, they on their smile say stuff what's going on, but they don't know, like, something to touch your heart in such a way, something to touch your heart, somebody to touch your soul, fell in love or whatever the case is, and you are physically in the energy of that, and that is going to show wherever you are. Okay, when it comes to you having a closed heart, you can say things, you can say this, you can say that, but your emotions will always be hidden. Your emotions will always be hidden when you have a closed heart, because you ain't letting nothing in and nothing can come out. So yeah, nothing can come in to harm you, nothing can come in to hurt you, but that full extent of love and that full extent of just being free, or that full extent of being just happy within your being and in yourself, you will never know what that feels like. Never. Okay? And now let's talk about vulnerability, because I just touched on that. So let's talk about vulnerability. When you open up your heart, when you open up your heart space, you're going to feel vulnerable. It's like all of a sudden you walking around in this earth and you have no coverage. Okay? Because you closing up your heart space. You put in that block, you put in that gate, you locking that lock, okay, has given you an armor. Your armor is around your heart. So if your armor is around your heart, who gonna touch you? Who doing what to you? You can't feel shit. You numb. You just you just numb. Just numb, like you're not even here. You just on autopilot. Who can harm a dead person? You're numb, right? So when you open up your heart chakra, you will now become in the space of vulnerability. Now we have to understand, being vulnerable does not mean being unwise. Being vulnerable does not mean not having discernment, because no matter where you are and what you're doing, you always have to have discernment, but that vulnerability has to be there in order for you to receive the true sense of love. Okay, that vulnerability has to be there in order for you to receive a true sense of love, because if you're encountering someone who loves you and they are encountering you who love them, remember in the first video, I'm always going to revert back to, your heart is your magnet. So if y'all both bouncing love off each other, like, nah, here you go, nah, here you go, nah, here you go, nah, here you go, here you go, now here you go, here you go, now here, no, I got you, baby, you got me, yeah, I got you, don't worry about it, you got, yeah, I got you, y'all just bouncing love off of each other. That involves a certain sense of vulnerability. Okay, that involves you being vulnerable, and the more you are vulnerable in those spaces, the more that love is going to grow, and the more that love is going to grow, that love is going to magnetize itself to whoever you're in this energy of vulnerability with, because that love is going to grow. That love is going to grow. So what happens now is people don't want to be vulnerable. People don't want to be vulnerable because people believe that everybody on bullshit. People believe, people don't know what they want, or people believe that the whole world is a point. It is a room, a world filled of disappointment, and there isn't true, genuine people out there. So by being any true, genuine people out there, you're not gonna be vulnerable. I just want you to pour all the love you have on you onto me. This what this looks like. This when you have a blocked chakra, a blocked heart chakra, and you're not vulnerable in the space where someone is vulnerable, right? I just want you to pour this love onto me. So this person who in this vulnerable space, it's like, all right, I love you, I'm gonna show you. All right, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna show you. All right, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna show you. Right? This is the vulnerability. Now, mind you, they're being vulnerable to a blocked heart space. Ooh, no. So by him being vulnerable to a blocked heart space, the love that they pouring out is not being magnetized. The love they pouring out is not being magnetized. The love they pouring out is not being exchanged. The love that they pouring out is not being reciprocated. Not because the love isn't deserving. It's not being reciprocated because there is no vulnerability in this heart space. There's no love to magnetize to this heart space. There's no vulnerability that there's no vulnerability going through this blocked heart chakra. So the person that has the blocked heart, now the person who has the open heart and the vulnerable space is doing this. They're doing this, right? So the person who's in the blocked heart chakra, the person who's in the blocked heart space may be receiving all of this. They receiving all of it. But like I said before, if you have a blocked heart chakra, you will not be able to fulfill the emotions on the full intent that you need to feel those emotions, right? So even though these people are giving out, the person with the heart chakra is not magnetized by that. They don't know what that is. The vulnerability is not there for them to feel the full enjoyment of how love can feel, or how love can grow, or how love can magnetize you, or how love can do these things, and how love can change you. I'm gonna talk about that too. That's gonna be another part, okay? And they're not getting that. So by them not getting that, they will look at you like, oh, you don't love me. You don't love me. Like, I don't know. And then the person is pouring out like, wait a minute, wait, no. I do this, I do that, I show you this, I do this, I do that, and I do and what why is it that you don't feel like I love you? Why is it like I don't understand? And then the person with the blocked heart chakra, they don't know, because the only thing they know is like, I don't I mean, yeah, you do all that, but I don't feel nothing. Yeah, they not gonna feel nothing because they're not in the space to be vulnerable. It just is what it is. Thank you, I'll take you. Thank you, I take it. But while they're taking it, they're not getting the full gist of, oh my God, you did what? You love me because of how? Like you love me, you were loving on me like this? Like they're not in that frequency. Like I said, it's a magnet. They're not in that frequency. So by not being in that frequency of not being vulnerable, they're not going to feel the full gist of the love that you have to give. Okay, that's why I say people get in relationships, people get in friendships, people work around people, and people leave nobody like them and nobody love me. But if you walking around with a heart chakra, nobody's gonna stand there and try to chip that wall away from you. You got to do that yourself. That is a one-man job. Okay, you got to do that yourself. Okay, so let's talk about how your heart chakra will change you. This is a good one. This is a huge one. Okay, and I want to talk about how it's huge because people have a hard time with this. Like, Even people who may have an open heart chakra, or they feel like, I'm loving, I love, and love has the ability to change you. Okay? Love has the ability to change you. And when love changes you, you will begin to do different shit that you never did before on the basis of love. I'm talking about real love. I'm not talking about somebody who wants you to be a fool and just to be fooly and manipulating your mind for their personal gain. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you are truly in love and the other person is truly in love with you. Y'all are going to change dramatically. Okay? And you're going to change dramatically because it is a magnet, right? So even though you guys are two separate beings, that love is going to magnetize to the point to where you guys are so close and you're so connected and you're so together that you're like this. Okay? Because your hearts are open. You're being vulnerable with each other. You're being in love space. You don't hold any past traumas. You done dealt with your shadow work. You're not dealing with the things that your sisters and your brothers done did to you. You're not dealing with the shit that your parents done did to you. You're not holding on to the things that your exes have did to you. You are in an open hearted, loving, freely energy relationship, okay? The more y'all love on each other, the more you're going to gravitate to each other, and y'all going to be like this. Y'all going to be like this. So when y'all are like this, now it's not just what I want. It's what we want. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? How are we going to get this together? How are we? And you got to understand that can look tricky in some places because some people will want you to be all for the we. They want you to be all for the we or all for the me. But when it comes to you, them returning that when it comes to you, because like I said, y'all magnetize, so it's not like, oh yeah, you're not going to want them to give you something that you can't give on to them, right? You guys are one. You go here, I go here. You do this, I do this. Okay? And even if you don't do it, or even if you are interested in doing those things, you still give love onto those things for those people. You don't discourage them when they want to be in the arena or area that you may not want to be in, right? But you're gonna, because you love them, so you're gonna pour love onto them wherever they are, even if they are in an arena that makes you feel uncomfortable, that does not jeopardize their safety, right? Like, who wants their partner doing some shit that could possibly get them hurt or get them in trouble or some shit? I'm talking about when you're in the space where you do this, you may not, you do this is your hobby, your partner may not do it, or your partner will still be magnetized to you to a point where even if they don't love they don't love the things that you do because it's not their thing, they're going to still love on you doing those things because you guys are like this. Okay? You're going to change. It's not to the point, and even when you are in a love frequency, okay, that love frequency is going to make, that's why, okay, perfect example, that's why when you hear people say, oh, you guys are starting to look alike, you're merging into one. Yes, you're two, but you're merging into one. But if you don't have an open heart chakra, if your heart chakra isn't healed, if your heart chakra is still closed off, you won't be merging into shit. You just want somebody to merge into you. And it doesn't work like that. The love can't, it can probably be there depending on how that person loves. It can probably be there for, a period of time. But eventually that love is going to get tired of that. You have to be like this in order for it to work. And a lot of people don't want to do that because they want to be shown to the point of, show me you love me. And when you have a blocked heart chakra, you will have those people who say that they love you. You will try to make them do things for you that you wouldn't do for them. Let me run that back. When you have a blocked heart chakra, you will put things on people for them to do to you, but you won't do to them because you aren't magnetizing. The love isn't magnetizing. The love isn't being a magnet. The love isn't the energy source. There is nothing, you can't, this person, the one with the blocked heart chakra is like this. The one with the open heart chakra is like this. So now this person wants this person to just keep on doing this. And then they believe eventually I'm going to get fed and eventually I'm going to be satisfied. And then they look up, well, you're not satisfying me. How? That's not even a match. That's not even a magnet. It doesn't work like that. Then they want you to pry their hand open to receive something, and then they're gonna close it back. And then you looking like, okay, well, where's mine? Oh no, I'm not gonna do that for you. That's not having your heart open. That's not being in a vulnerable space. That's not being in a vulnerable state. When you are in situations with people. So that's why this video is important to me, because I know, and I have dealt personally throughout my life with people want you to continuously just pour and give and pour and give and pour and give and pour and give, and then it's like you're pouring and you're giving into a bottomless cup. Not because what you're giving isn't sufficient, but they will never be able to grasp the full density. They will never be able to grasp the full substance. They will never be able to grasp the full content of the love you have with a closed heart, with a broken heart. They will never. Okay? And what else I want to talk about with your heart chakra? Oh, okay, with your heart chakra. Your heart chakra can be fed. Okay? You can feed that area. And how do you feed that area? Well, what do you love? What feels good to you? What do you love? Okay? Because I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Okay? There is something that you can do every day, once a week, 15 minutes, whatever it is. There is something that you can do to feed that space. Okay? And what does that look like? You feed your heart space when you do something that you love. But you have to be in a space where some people are closed off their heart space, their heart chakra so much, they don't even know what they love. They don't even know what a hobby is. They don't know what do you do that brings you the ultimate amount of joy. People with the black heart or the black heart chakra will not be able to tell you that. Why? Because the heart is blocked. When your heart is blocked, you're not getting or receiving. I mean, you're not getting or giving. Excuse me. You're not getting and you're not giving. So you don't know. I just know that it's here and I don't want nobody to touch it. I don't want nobody to touch it. I don't want to open it. I don't even want to touch it. It's just here. Okay? So, in order for you to tune into your passions, in order for you to tune to the things that you love, in order for you to tune to the things that brings you pure enjoyment, you got to open up your heart chakra. How can you know that you love something if you don't feel love? How? How? How can you know what you enjoy if you don't let enjoyment come through or out of you? How? It's impossible. Okay? You gotta open up that space so you can say, what did I used to do to bring me pure enjoyment? What did I do that it just put something over me? Like it just, like it made me smile and it made my body hot and it just made me feel so excited. Like even if it isn't nothing exciting, like something has to give your soul, your spirit on fire. Like something, it has to, because that is the substance of your enjoyment. Everywhere, everybody has it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's being a gardener. I don't care if it's being a farmer. I don't care if it's being a doctor. I don't care if it's being a librarian. I don't care if it's reading books. I don't care if it's, having a big family, raising kids, being a animal lover. I don't care what it is. What do you like to do to keep your heart chakra healed? What do you like to do to keep your heart chakra open? What is your passion? And for me, my passion is and always will be music. Music is my first love. I'm going to listen to music. I'm going to dance to music. I'm going to sing music. I'm going to play my music loud, okay? I'm going to be 65, 70 years old at an old senior citizens bingo hall dancing, two-stepping, sliding to music. That is my passion. That is my love, okay? And besides music, what is it? So besides music, what else do I love? Okay, I love hair. I do. I love hair. I love looking different. I know sometimes you guys might see me like she looks totally different. I love looking different. I love hair. I love just different type of fashion, different looks. Like I just love those things, and a lot of times I don't. And even with myself, even when it comes to the fashion part, a lot of times I just be going with the flow. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just be going with the flow. But if I would really sit down, and I used to make clothes for my dolls. I used to make clothes for myself at one point. I used to draw clothes. Like I love that. Like I love the aesthetic of things. Now, I'm not a girl. I'm not the type of girl where you got to buy me a Gucci and a Prada and a Birkin. I'm not the type of girl. But I love aesthetics. Take me to a nice restaurant, okay? Take me to a nice ass hotel. Can we go to a place where it's very scenic and I can just be like all my aesthetic of things when it comes to outings and venturing off to certain places and vacation spots. Like the aesthetic of things is my thing, okay? So that might not be a thing for everybody, okay? I love astrology. I love horoscopes. I'll ask you what's your birthday in a minute so I can see who you is, so I can see who you is and get some detailed information on who you are without me even really knowing who you are. That's my thing. That makes me happy. Okay? Singing makes me happy. Okay? Watching musicals makes me happy. Horror movies makes me happy. Even though I'm a light worker and I'm being love and light, horror movies make me happy. No, hey, maybe that's just the dark side of me and I just have to feed. But either way, okay, they make me happy. So if you aren't in a space where you can just name some shit or know, like, oh no, I like to do this and that, and your heart space ain't open. You don't have an open heart space. There has to be something that you feed into your spirit. There has to be something that you feed into your soul to keep that heart chakra open. It is like a muscle. It's not just in your body just pumping blood. You have to do certain things and be in certain areas and be in certain arenas and lights in order for you to get the full just out of it. And people don't. And that's why it's so hard for people to enjoy themselves. It's so hard for people to enjoy life. Excuse me. It's so hard for people to enjoy the true meaning of relationships and love. It's hard. It's difficult for people to do that because they are living with a closed heart. Living with a closed heart. Not just like you got a house and you got this big old nice security door. It got 20 locks on it. You got it's like $10,000. You done got special keys for it. You feel secure. You ain't nobody coming in here. Ain't nobody coming in here. But how long it's gonna take for you to open up all them goddamn keys to that motherfucking door? Okay? What if something happens on the inside that you got to get outside? How you getting outside? How long it's gonna take you to get outside with that $10,000 door with 20 different locks? It works the same when it comes to your emotions. It works the same when it comes to your love. Okay? I just want to touch on that. I don't want to tell y'all to, if you are in a space of healing your heart, if you are in a space of learning how to love, or just loving upon yourself, or just finding what makes you important, or finding what makes you feel good, open up your heart space. Okay? Let go of the anger, let go of the hurt. Okay? Let go of the pain, let go, process the trauma. All right? Write letters to people who have hurt you. Okay? Even if you don't send those letters out, even if you burn them, even if you bury, whatever you can do, get those emotions out. Get those emotions out. Make sure that you are clearing and purging that space in whatever capacity that you can clean and purge it. Because the longer that you hold on to it, the tighter that lock is going to be. And the tighter that lock is going to be, the more harder it is for you to experience pure, unfiltered, unadulterated enjoyment, passion. And let's not even talk about the physical part. Okay? How are y'all having physical intimacy with a closed heart? How? How enjoyable is that? I want to know. How enjoyable is that? Because I swear, I for sure, and I'm for certain, when you do that, when you are having those encounters with a closed heart, and those people who have open hearts know exactly what I'm saying, it's a totally different session. It's a totally different session. The first session is you just looking to get one, right? You know why we here. Hurry up and do what the fuck you gotta do. Hurry up and do what you gotta do. You know why you here. I don't need all that extra. Just do what you gotta do. When you are working with a closed heart, when you working with an open heart, and you in a session, y'all like this, and it's not okay. Well, you know what we here for. Hurry up. No. What's that? You guys literally start melting into each other. There is no, that's my body, that's their body. Y'all become one body. What? Keep your heart space clear, okay? Keep your heart space clear. Keep your frequency open. Keep your energy clear. Don't hold on to the pain. Don't hold on to the fear. Don't hold on to the grudges. Don't hold on to the trauma. Don't hold on to none of those things that can block the pure enjoyment of your life. Okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay. So I hope that helps y'all. All right. I'm gonna come back and do another video. I don't know on what though, but y'all will be seeing me soon. But y'all have a good one. Be blessed and stay in love and stay in light. All right.